Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step formula I use to get more views on my videos. So by the end of this session, you'll have a clear plan to implement immediately. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch the end video, so please don't skip this video.
Started first up the United Kingdom 20 pence from 1997. At first glance, it seems like an ordinary piece of change, but as with many British coins, its story and collector demand can reveal surprising value. In this video, we'll explore the history, unique design, rarity, and current auction market value in dollars, even for those found in circulated or fine condition. So, grab your magnifying glass, and let's dive into the fascinating world of the 1997 20 pence coin. The 20 pence coin was first introduced in 1982 as part of the decimal coinage system that replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence. The coin's heptagonal, seven-sided shape made it instantly recognizable. By 1997, the coin featured the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by sculptor Raphael Maklouf. This design shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, a royal crown often associated with her official portrait appearances. The 1997 20 pence was struck by the Royal Mint during a period of high production, intended mainly for everyday circulation. However, not all coins from that era have survived in good condition. Over time, many have been damaged, scratched, or lost, making well-preserved examples more desirable to collectors today. The 1997 UK 20p coin has several distinctive features that make it stand out. On the obverse, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, with a legend reading Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1997 inch, an abbreviation for Dei Gratia Regina Fide Defensa, meaning by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse, you'll see the Tudor rose, an iconic British symbol representing unity after the Wars of the Roses, designed by William Gardner. The coin's denomination 20 pence is inscribed around the edge of the rose. Made of a cupronickel alloy, it has a diameter of 21.4 mm and weighs 5 grams. Although not particularly rare in appearance, coins in better grades, such as uncirculated or proof condition, can still draw attention from collectors. When it comes to rarity, the 1997 20p is not one of the scarcest 20 pence coins ever minted. However, condition plays a massive role in determining collector interest. While millions were struck for circulation, finding a fine condition or better coin that still retains clear detail on the Queen's portrait and the rose can be surprisingly difficult. Collectors are often drawn to coins that show minimal wear, sharp edges, and readable inscriptions. Even in circulated condition, coins with fewer scratches or tarnish marks can sell for higher than face value, especially if they display minting errors, off-center strikes, or misaligned lettering. While not a key rarity like the undated 20p era coin of 2008, the 1997 issue remains a solid collector's piece, particularly for those building complete date runs of UK decimal coins. Now, let's talk about what everyone wants to know: how much is the 1997 20p coin actually worth in fine or circulated condition? Its market value is usually around $431,000. However, coins in brilliant uncirculated or proof sets can sell for $214,000, sometimes even higher if certified by a grading service. Interestingly, a few error coins from this year, such as mistruck or double die varieties, have fetched upwards of $321,000 in online auctions, depending on visibility and rarity. Always remember that rarity and error details can greatly influence value, even for modern decimal issues. If you're a new collector, here are a few tips for identifying and preserving your 1997 20 pence coins. Inspect for errors. Check both sides for any misalignments, off-center designs, or missing details. These errors can boost value significantly. Avoid cleaning. Never polish or scrub your coins. Cleaning can reduce value by removing original surfaces and luster. Store properly. Keep your coins in acid-free holders or albums to prevent oxidation and moisture damage. Research before selling. Always check current auction listings and collector forums before selling your coins. Prices can fluctuate. Complete your set. Collecting all 20 pence coins from 1982 to the present can be a fun and educational hobby, helping you understand the evolution of UK coinage. So, while the 1997 United Kingdom 20 pence coin might not make you a millionaire, it holds real historical and collector value, especially in fine or uncirculated condition. Its elegant design, connection to Queen Elizabeth II's legacy, and the timeless Tudor rose make it a coin worth keeping in your collection. Whether you're just getting started or already deep into British numismatics, never underestimate what a small coin can reveal about a nation's history and craftsmanship. Next up, the United Kingdom 20 pence coin from 1996, a small but fascinating piece of modern British currency. At first glance, this coin might seem ordinary, just another pocket change coin. But collectors know better. Even in fine or circulated condition, the 1996 20 pence coin holds a story worth telling, from its place in UK coinage history to its modest yet interesting value in the collector's market today. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned numismatist, this video will give you everything you need to know about the 1996 UK 20p coin, its history, rarity, and real-world auction value in US dollars. The 20 pence coin was first introduced into circulation in June 1982, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, as part of the UK's decimal coinage system that began in 1971. The coin was minted by the Royal Mint to fill the gap between the 10 pence and 50 pence coins. By 1996, the coin had already become a familiar part of daily life across Britain. The 1996 issue features the Makhlouf portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by sculptor Raphael Makhlouf, which appeared on UK coins from 1985 to 1997. The coin's reverse, designed by William Gardner, features the crowned Tudor rose, a symbol deeply rooted in English heritage and royal tradition. Although the 1996 20p was struck in large numbers for general circulation, it remains an important representation of mid-1990s British coinage and the craftsmanship of the Royal Mint. The 1996 20 pence coin is made of cupronickel, a durable alloy of 84% copper and 16% nickel, giving it a bright silvery appearance. It weighs 5 grams, measures 21.4 millimeters across, and has a distinctive 7-sided heptagonal shape, which makes it instantly recognizable both by sight and touch. On the obverse, Queen Elizabeth II faces right, wearing the royal diadem, the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara surrounded by the legend Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1996 inch, which stands for Dei Gratia Regina Fide Defensa, or by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse features the Tudor rose, crowned, with the denomination 20 pence around the design. Its clean lines and balanced composition make it one of the most attractive coins of its denomination series. While the 1996 20 pence coin is not considered rare in general circulation, its collector appeal comes from its condition, minting accuracy, and historical context. Coins from this year are commonly found in circulated states, but pieces in fine to uncirculated condition are becoming harder to find as many have worn down or been removed from circulation over time. Even in damaged or dirty condition, some collectors still hold interest in this coin, especially beginners who aim to build complete date collections of 20p coins from 1982 onward. Error coins, such as misstrikes, offset designs, or coins missing parts of the rim, can sometimes fetch higher prices. However, standard 1996 coins that show heavy wear generally hold sentimental or educational value rather than financial worth, and the current collector's market, a 1996 UK 20 pence coin in fine condition typically sells for around $432,000, depending on its shine, strike clarity, and demand among collectors. Coins in very fine to extremely fine condition can sell between $313,000, while uncirculated or proof-like examples often kept in protective cases can reach $5 or slightly more if sold to the right buyer or featured in online auctions. It's worth noting that certain eBay or collector auctions might list 1996 20p coins at higher prices, but these are usually speculative listings rather than actual sales. For everyday collectors, the coin's value lies more in its historical charm and completeness of a date-run collection rather than its face or melt value. If you're looking to collect or invest in coins like the 1996 20 pence, here are a few simple but effective tips. Check the condition. Always look for coins with minimal scratches, strong details, and clear legends. Fine or better grades are ideal for display collections. Store properly used plastic coin holders or albums to prevent tarnish and handling damage. Look for errors. Rare minting errors, even minor ones, can significantly increase a coin's value. Build sets collecting every year of the 20p coin series can make your collection more appealing to future buyers. Stay updated. Follow online numismatic forums and auction sites to see if prices for specific years, like 1996, change over time. The 1996 United Kingdom 20 pence coin may not be one of the rarest coins in British history, but it represents a meaningful chapter in the Royal Mint's legacy. With its elegant design, durable composition, and historical ties to the 1990s era of British coinage, it continues to hold a quiet but respected place among collectors. So, if you find one in your pocket change, even in fine or slightly worn condition, don't just spend it. Add it to your collection, learn from it, and appreciate it as part of Britain's rich numismatic story. Next up, the United Kingdom 20 pence coin from 1982. Even if your coin looks old, scratched, or tarnished, don't throw it away just yet. Sometimes, what seems like a common coin can hold interesting historical or collector value. In this video, we'll explore the 1982 UK 20p coin, discuss its background, unique features, rarity, and auction value in dollars, especially when it's in bad or worn condition. The 1982 20 pence coin holds a special place in British coinage history. It was the first ever 20p coin issued by the United Kingdom, introduced during a major phase of decimalisation that reshaped the British currency system. The coin was first released into circulation on June 9, 1982, and featured the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by sculptor Arnold Machin. The idea behind creating a 20 pence piece was to fill the gap between the 10p and 50p coins, a convenient value for everyday transactions. Made of cupronickel 75% copper and 25% nickel, the coin was designed to be small but distinctive, helping people easily identify it by touch and shape. The heptagonal, seven-sided, design became instantly recognizable and has remained a defining feature of British coinage ever since. The 1982 20 pence coin is famous not only for being the first in its denomination but also for its elegant and balanced design. The obverse features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, surrounded by the legend Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1982. On the reverse, designed by William Gardner, you'll find the Tudor rose, a national emblem of England, encircled by the words 20 pence. One of its most distinctive features is the equilateral curved heptagon shape, which allows the coin to roll smoothly in machines while still being tactilely unique. Its weight is 5 grams, with a diameter of 21.4 millimeters, making it both compact and practical. Now, let's talk about rarity, a key factor for every collector. The 1982 UK 20 pence coin had a very large mintage, with about 740 million coins produced for circulation. Because of this high number, the 1982 20p coin is generally considered common in normal condition. However, its value can slightly rise depending on mint errors, unusual die variations, or proof versions from collector sets. For example, if your coin has a misaligned design, double strike, or off-center error, it can attract collector interest even in a worn or damaged state and bad condition, meaning heavily circulated, scratched, or discolored. The coin sadly holds little to no premium value. Most damaged examples are worth their face value only. Still, because 1982 marks the first year of issue, some collectors enjoy keeping it as a historical piece, making it more desirable than later common dates. So, what's the 1982 UK 20 pence coin worth today? In the US coin market, its value depends on the coin's condition and demand. In bad or damaged condition, it usually trades for about $534,000, which is roughly its exchange value. In fine to very fine condition, collectors might pay around $321,000. Uncirculated or proof coins can reach between $214,000, especially those preserved in original mint packaging. Rare error coins, however, can go for $116,000 or more, depending on the type and visibility of the mint mistake. At auctions, the coin does not often make headlines, but it occasionally appears in bulk lots or beginner collections, serving as an affordable way for new collectors to own a piece of British numismatic history. If you own a 1982 20 pence coin in poor shape, here's what to do: check for errors, look closely for doubled letters, off-center strikes, or rotated designs. Even minor minting flaws can boost its value. Avoid cleaning, polishing, or scrubbing a coin can damage its surface and drastically reduce its collector appeal. Store properly, keep your coins in a dry, cool environment, preferably in coin flips or holders to prevent further tarnish. Build a full 20p collection. Collecting 20p coins from every year can be fun and educational, helping you identify patterns in design and mint quality. Follow online auction sites like eBay and heritage auctions. Sometimes feature unique error examples, so it's worth monitoring market trends. And conclusion, the 1982 UK 20 pence coin may not be rare in the traditional sense, but it's undeniably historically significant as the first of its kind. While damaged examples hold only small monetary value, they remain a charming reminder of Britain's modern coinage evolution. Whether you're a serious collector or just getting started, owning this coin connects you to a turning point in British monetary history. So next time you spot a worn 1982 20 pence in your change box, remember, even the most common coins have stories worth telling. Next up, the 1998 United Kingdom 20 pence coin. Whether you found one in your change or inherited it from an old collection, this small 7-sided coin has an interesting background, unique design features, and a collector's market that makes it worth discussing. In this video, we'll explore its history, rarity, market value in US dollars, and what collectors should look for before buying or selling one in fine condition. The 20 pence coin was first introduced in 1982 as part of the UK's decimal coinage system, designed to fill the gap between the 10 pence and 50 pence coins. By 1998, the coin had already become a familiar part of British currency, circulating widely across the United Kingdom. However, the 1998 issue marked an important period under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, featuring her fourth portrait designed by Raphael McLuff, which was used from 1985 to 1997 before being replaced by Ian Rank Broadley's portrait later that same year. This means some 1998 20 pence coins actually feature two slightly different obverse portraits depending on when they were minted, making them interesting from a transitional design standpoint. The Royal Mint struck millions of these coins for circulation, but as with many British coins from the 1990s, small variations in detail, strike quality, and condition can influence collector demand today. The 1998 20 pence coin carries the iconic heptagonal, 7-sided, shape, a design that ensures easy recognition both by sight and touch. On the reverse side, you'll find the crowned Tudor rose, designed by William Gardner, symbolizing England's rich heritage. Around the outer rim, the words 20 pence are displayed, along with the year of issue, 1998. The obverse features Queen Elizabeth II facing right, with a Latin inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD, meaning by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Coins in fine condition typically retain a clear outline of the Queen's portrait and visible details in the rose design, though minor scratches or dullness from circulation are common. Now, you might wonder, is the 1998 20 pence coin rare? The short answer is, it's not extremely rare, but it holds a modest collector interest, particularly for those building complete UK decimal sets. The 1998 issue doesn't have major minting errors that make it stand out like the famous 2008 no-date 20 pence, but coins from this year are valued for their transitional significance and overall preservation. Even coins in damaged or worn condition can attract attention if they have unique minting flaws such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or double lettering, though these are quite scarce for 1998. Most collectors prefer coins in fine or very fine condition, but even lightly damaged examples may sell for small premiums above face value when included in bulk lots or thematic collections. When it comes to market value, the 1998 20 pence coin in fine condition generally sells between $531,000, depending on overall eye appeal and whether it's part of a complete date run. Uncirculated or mint state examples can fetch anywhere from $123,000, particularly if graded by a reputable service like NGC or PCGS. However, the auction market can be unpredictable occasionally. 20 pence coins with unique toning, minor minting variations, or provenance from specific sets have sold for as high as $321,000 in online auctions. While these values may not seem astronomical, they highlight how even common coins can gain collectible status over time when maintained in excellent condition. If you own a 1998 20 pence coin, the best way to preserve its value is by storing it properly. Keep it in a protective coin flip or capsule to prevent scratches and oxidation. Avoid cleaning the coin, this can reduce its value significantly. If you're looking to buy, focus on coins with sharp details on both sides, minimal surface wear, and strong edge definition. When selling, consider listing it as part of a collection or a date run of 20p coins from the 1980s and 1990s. Collectors are often willing to pay more for complete series. Finally, always check for errors or misprints, as these can dramatically boost a coin's worth beyond the average market price. The 1998 United Kingdom 20 pence coin may not be the rarest piece in British numismatics, but it carries historical charm, solid design features, and modest collector value that make it worth holding on to. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or just starting your collection, Understanding coins like this one helps you appreciate how everyday currency tells a story of Britain's past and evolving coinage design. So next time you come across a 1998 20p, take a closer look. You might just be holding a small but fascinating piece of modern British history. Next up, the United Kingdom 20 pence coin from 1999 in very fine condition. This small yet elegant coin might look ordinary at first glance, but its history, design, and collector interest make it a coin worth exploring. If you've come across one of these in your collection or pocket change, stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know whether your 1999 20 pence could be worth more than you think on the auction market today. The 20 pence coin was first introduced in 1982 as part of the Royal Mint's effort to modernise Britain's coinage system. It was designed to fill the gap between the 10 pence and 50 pence denominations. The 1999 issue came during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, featuring the third portrait of Her Majesty by artist Raphael Maklouf, which had been in use since 1985. By 1999, the coin had already become a familiar sight in circulation, but it still carried the charm and prestige of the Royal Mint's high-quality craftsmanship. The coin's production in 1999 continued the long tradition of precision minting, ensuring that each piece bore the same consistent beauty. Yet, like all coins, not every year is equal in terms of rarity and collector value. The 1999 UK 20 pence coin is a seven-sided heptagonal coin made of cupronickel, giving it that distinct silvery tone. On the obverse side, it shows Queen Elizabeth II facing right, with the Latin inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1999 inch, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse, designed by William Gardner, showcases a crowned Tudor rose, a beautiful emblem of English heritage and unity. The denomination 20 pence is curved gracefully around the upper edge, giving the coin a balanced and royal appearance. And in very fine condition, this coin retains much of its original detail, though with slight wear on the raised surfaces, a desirable state for collectors who value authenticity and preservation over perfection. When it comes to rarity, the 1999 20 pence is not considered a key date in the series. But that doesn't mean it's worthless. Its real value depends on condition and collector interest. Even though millions were struck, the number of coins that survive in collectible condition, especially very fine or better, is steadily decreasing due to circulation wear and time. In damaged or heavily worn condition, its collector demand is lower, usually valued only slightly above face value. However, if the coin features minting errors such as misstrikes, offset designs, or die cracks, even damaged examples can spark significant interest among error coin collectors. For instance, an offset 1999 20p could fetch several dollars at auction, depending on the severity of the error and visual appeal. As of now, the 1999 United Kingdom 20 pence coin in very fine condition is generally worth between $433,000, depending on its shine, sharpness, and absence of deep scratches or corrosion. Coins in extremely fine or uncirculated condition may sell for up to $321,000, especially when graded and encapsulated by reputable services and auction sites like eBay or heritage coin platforms. Particularly eye-catching examples have occasionally sold for slightly higher prices due to collector enthusiasm or set completion goals. While it's not a fortune-making coin, its value lies in its collectability and its role as a preserved piece of British numismatic history. If you're looking to collect or sell a 1999 20 pence coin, here are a few expert tips. Check the condition. Coins with minimal wear, visible detail on the Queen's hair, and a clean rose design fetch better prices. Avoid cleaning. The coin cleaning can scratch the surface and reduce collector value significantly. Look for errors. A misaligned die, double strike, or other minting error can multiply the value. Store properly. Keep your coins in acid-free holders or coin flips to prevent tarnish. Research market trends. Keep an eye on online coin auctions to track how often your coin sells and at what price. So, is the 1999 United Kingdom 20 pence coin a rare treasure? Not exactly, but in very fine condition, it remains a sought-after collectible for enthusiasts of modern British coinage. Its elegant design, historical significance, and connection to Queen Elizabeth II's long reign give it enduring appeal. While its auction value might not reach the sky-high figures of rare mint errors, it still represents a piece of Britain's living history, and for any collector, that's priceless. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1999 20 pence coin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos on rare and valuable UK coins. Your next coin could be worth more than you think. First up, the United Kingdom 1 penny from 1948, a small yet fascinating coin that often sparks the interest of collectors around the world. Even in dirty or damaged condition, this coin carries both historical and sentimental value. Whether you found one in an old drawer, inherited it, or stumbled upon it in a coin lot, this video will help you understand exactly what makes the 1948 1 penny special, how rare it really is, and how much it might be worth in today's auction market in dollars. The 1948 1 penny was minted during the reign of King George VI, who ruled the United Kingdom from 1936 to 1952. This period was significant, as it followed World War II, and Britain was still recovering economically. The coin was part of the pre-decimal currency system, where 12 pence made a shilling and 240 pence made a pound. The Royal Mint produced over 81 million 1 penny coins in 1948, so at first glance, it doesn't appear to be particularly rare. However, due to circulation, damage, and the switch to decimal currency in 1971, many of these coins were lost, melted, or heavily worn down, making surviving examples, especially in good condition, much harder to find today. The 1948 penny is made of bronze, and it weighs about 9.4 grams with a diameter of 30.8 millimeters. On the obverse, it features the portrait of King George VI, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget, with the inscription Georgiv 6DGBROMN Rex F laughing smiley ANDIMP, which translates to George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. On the reverse, the coin displays Britannia, the symbolic figure of Britain, seated with a trident and shield beside her. The date 1948 appears at the bottom. What makes this coin stand out to collectors are subtle details like the sharpness of the design, original luster, and any minting variations or die errors that may have occurred during production. Even small imperfections from the minting process can add significant interest and value. When it comes to rarity, the 1948 1 penny is not considered among the scarcest British pennies, but it still holds collector interest due to its age and post-war historical context. Most surviving examples today are found in circulated or dirty condition. Coins that have been buried, exposed to moisture, or handled frequently tend to develop a brown or green patina, corrosion, or general grime. Despite this, many collectors still value such coins for their authenticity and vintage charm. A dirty or worn penny might not fetch high prices, but if the coin retains readable details like the date and design, it remains desirable as part of a complete George VI penny set. Furthermore, some collectors enjoy restoring these coins, carefully cleaning them for display, although professional numismatists often advise leaving them in their original state, as cleaning can reduce their value. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know: the market value. As of recent auction trends, a 1948 UK 1 penny in dirty or heavily circulated condition typically sells for around $433,000. However, if the coin retains strong details, minimal corrosion, and has good eye appeal despite being dirty, the price can rise to $423,000. On the other hand, a clean, fine to very fine condition 1948 penny can sell for $316,000, and uncirculated or mint state examples may reach $222,000 or more, depending on collector demand and auction setting. Rare minting errors, such as off-center strikes or double die obverses, could push the value even higher, sometimes exceeding $114,000 among serious collectors. So, while a dirty 1948 penny may not make you rich, it's still a piece of British history with collectible appeal, especially for those assembling a complete George VI coin series. If you're collecting or selling the 1948 1 penny, here are a few helpful tips. Avoid harsh cleaning. Instead, gently remove loose dirt using mild soap and water if necessary. Never polish or scrub. Check for errors. Look closely for double lettering, off-center strikes, or unusual surface patterns. Use proper storage. Keep the coin in a cool, dry place, ideally inside a coin flip or protective sleeve to prevent further oxidation. Do your research. Monitor online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, or numisbids to track real-time prices and trends. Get a professional opinion. If you think your coin might be special, consider having it graded by a reputable service like NGC or PCGS. In conclusion, the 1948 United Kingdom 1 penny might not be the rarest coin in the world, but it represents a remarkable period in British history, a time of recovery, resilience, and transition. Even in dirty or worn condition, it tells a story that connects collectors to the post-war era and the legacy of King George V. So, if you have one of these pennies lying around, don't overlook it. While it might only be worth a few dollars, its historical value and charm are priceless to the right collector. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 penny 1966. Even if your coin is in bad or dirty condition, don't throw it away just yet. In this video, we'll uncover the story behind this iconic pre-decimal penny, explore its historical background, understand its unique features, discuss how rarity and condition affect its market value, and finally reveal how much a 1966 penny can fetch in today's auction market even when it's not in the best shape. The 1966 1-penny coin marks one of the final years of the pre-decimal coinage system used in the United Kingdom before decimalisation in 1971. During this era, 12 pence made 1 shilling, and 240 pence made 1 pound. The coin features the image of Queen Elizabeth II, who had only been on the throne for about 14 years at the time. Designed by the talented sculptor Mary Gillick, the young portrait of the Queen wearing a laurel wreath became one of the most beloved designs of her reign. The reverse of the coin, designed by Leonard Charles Wyon, depicts Britannia seated beside a shield and holding a trident, a traditional symbol of British strength and maritime pride. The coin was minted in large quantities to meet circulation demand during the mid-1960s, as the UK economy was expanding and the penny was still widely used in everyday trade. However, most of these coins were heavily circulated, leading to many surviving today in worn, dirty, or corroded condition. The 1966 1-penny is made of bronze, composed of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. It measures 30.8 mm in diameter and weighs 9.4 grams, a sizable and heavy coin by modern standards. Its design stands out because it was one of the last issues featuring the traditional large penny format before decimalisation changed British coinage forever. Collectors often appreciate the 1966 penny for its clean and classic Britannia reverse and its historical connection to the final years of pre-decimal currency. While the design remained similar to earlier years, slight variations in minting quality, toning, and edge wear can make certain examples more appealing to collectors. A coin in good condition displays sharp details in Britannia's trident, clear lettering, and minimal wear on the Queen's portrait, but even worn examples hold nostalgic and educational value. Now, let's talk about rarity. The 1966 penny isn't considered rare in general because millions were produced by the Royal Mint. However, rarity can depend on condition, minting errors, or unique preservation. In bad or heavily circulated condition with scratches, corrosion, or fading, the coin is usually common, but it still holds historical charm. Some collectors specifically seek damaged or character coins to complete circulated sets or for artistic projects. A coin in poor condition can still be valuable to beginner collectors, educators, or history enthusiasts who want an authentic piece of British heritage without paying high prices. There are also rare instances where a 1966 penny may feature striking errors such as off-center designs, double striking, or planchette flaws, and those error coins can attract strong bids even if the coin looks worn or dirty. So, how much is a 1966 1-penny worth today? For coins in bad or dirty condition with heavy wear, scratches, or discoloration, the value typically ranges between $433,000. However, some may sell for a bit more on online auction sites like eBay if they attract nostalgic buyers. Coins in fine or very fine condition, showing more visible details, can fetch around $425,000, while uncirculated or proof examples can reach $321,000 or more, especially if they have strong luster and no signs of corrosion. In exceptional cases, error varieties or coins in brilliant condition can sell for higher prices, sometimes reaching $214,000 depending on collector demand and presentation. Even though the 1966 penny is not a rare treasure in most cases, its historical value, copper content, and connection to the end of the pre-decimal era give it lasting appeal. If you have a 1966 penny in bad condition, here are a few tips before deciding what to do with it. Avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce collector interest. Leave it as is. Natural patina is part of its charm. Store it properly. Use a dry, cool place and avoid moisture. A plastic flip or coin holder will help preserve what's left of its original surface. Check for errors. Look carefully for minting mistakes like misaligned text, double strikes, or missing letters. Even a worn error coin can be worth far more than a regular one. Compare prices. Online sites like eBay, heritage auctions, or Numista can help you understand current market trends. Build a full set collecting all the pre-decimal pennies from the reign of Queen Elizabeth II 1953 to 1970 is a fun and educational goal for any UK coin enthusiast. In summary, the 1966 United Kingdom 1-penny may not be the rarest coin around, but it remains an important piece of British numismatic history. Even in bad or dirty condition, it tells the story of a changing era, from the age of copper pennies to the modern decimal coins we know today. Whether you keep it for its historical charm or sell it for a modest sum, the 1966 penny is a small yet meaningful reminder of Britain's rich coinage heritage. Next up, the United Kingdom 1-penny from 1907. Even if your coin looks very bad or heavily damaged, don't throw it away just yet. This small piece of British history could still hold value for collectors and history enthusiasts alike. We'll explore its fascinating background, design details, rarity, and current auction market value in US dollars, especially in poor or very bad condition. So stay tuned till the end to find out whether your old 1907 penny might be worth more than you think. The 1907 1 penny belongs to the Edward VII series, minted during the reign of King Edward VII, who ruled from 1901 to 1910. These coins were struck at the Royal Mint in London and circulated widely throughout the United Kingdom and British colonies. The penny was made of bronze and was part of everyday currency, used by millions for buying simple goods. By 1907, industrial progress and trade had strengthened the British Empire, and coins like this were in high demand. Because they were heavily used, finding one in pristine condition today is rare. Most examples, especially those still found in circulation or stored in old boxes, are worn, corroded, or damaged. But even those battered coins tell a story of over 100 years of British life and economy. The 1907 1 penny features the portrait of King Edward VII facing right on the obverse side, designed by George William de Saules. The legend around the portrait reads, Edward 7 Dei Gra Brit Omen Rex Fid Def Indimp, which translates to Edward VII, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. On the reverse side, the design shows Britannia, the female personification of Britain, seated with a trident in one hand and a shield in the other, a classic symbol of British strength and unity. The date 1907 is positioned below her. The coin has a diameter of 30.8 millimeters and weighs around 9.45 grams. Though made of bronze, years of wear often leave the surface dark, pitted, or even unreadable, especially if it has been stored in damp conditions or buried in soil. Now, when it comes to rarity, the 1907 penny isn't the rarest Edward VII issue, but it's still over 115 years old, and that makes it desirable to collectors of British pre-decimal coins. The Royal Mint produced around 47 million of these in 1907, which was a large number at the time. However, most have since been lost, melted down, or corroded beyond recognition. In very bad condition, for example, if the coin is scratched, bent, discolored, or the design is barely visible, its collector value drops significantly. Still, some collectors seek even poor condition coins for the sake of completing date sets or for educational displays. These pieces may not be valuable for their metal, but they hold sentimental and historic worth, especially among enthusiasts who collect Edwardian-era coins. So, what is a 1907 UK 1 penny in very bad condition worth today? In general, for coins in heavily worn, corroded, or damaged condition, you can expect a market value of around $433,000, essentially a symbolic value reflecting its age rather than rarity. However, if the coin retains readable details or has minimal corrosion, it might fetch up to $214,000 in online auctions. In contrast, higher-grade examples, especially those graded fine or extremely fine, can sell for $322,000 or even more, depending on the demand. Keep in mind that coin value can also depend on the auction platform, presentation, and whether the coin is sold individually or as part of a lot. If you have a 1907 penny, even in poor condition, there are still smart ways to make the most of it. First, never attempt to clean or polish the coin, as this can further reduce its collectible value. Instead, store it safely in a dry coin flip or holder to prevent additional corrosion. Take clear photos and compare your coin with examples sold on sites like eBay or through numismatic forums. You may also consider grouping damaged coins together for a small bulk sale, as many collectors enjoy buying mixed lots for research or restoration. And if you ever find a 1907 penny in better condition, consider getting it professionally graded, because condition can make a huge difference in its value. To sum it up, the United Kingdom 1 penny from 1907 might not make you rich, especially if it's in very bad condition, but it remains a charming and historical piece of Edwardian Britain. It's a reminder of how far coinage and craftsmanship have come, and a testament to the lasting legacy of the British Empire's money system. Whether you're a serious collector or a casual hobbyist, owning a coin that's over a century old is something truly special. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 penny from 1918, specifically in circulated condition. While it may not shine like an uncirculated coin fresh from the mint, this penny carries a rich history, unique design features, and a level of rarity that continues to intrigue collectors around the world. In this video, we'll explore its origins, distinctive characteristics, current market value in dollars, and tips for collectors who may come across one in their own collections. So, grab a cup of tea and let's embark on this numismatic journey. The 1918 United Kingdom 1 penny was struck during the reign of King George V, a monarch whose coins are highly regarded for both their historical significance and their artistry. This period in history was marked by the final year of World War I, which makes coins from this era even more interesting to collectors. Pennies from 1918 were part of the long-running series that have been issued since the early 19th century, continuing the tradition of depicting Britannia, a symbol of British strength and maritime power, on the reverse side. These coins were minted primarily in bronze and circulated widely across the United Kingdom, serving as everyday currency for citizens during challenging times. The 1918 one penny is easily recognizable by several key features. On the obverse, you will find the left-facing portrait of King George V, encircled by the inscription Georgievs V Dei Gra, Brit, OMN, Rex Fid, Def, which translates to George V, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith. The reverse showcases the iconic Britannia seated on a rock, holding a trident in one hand and a shield in the other, with the word one penny and the year 1918 prominently displayed. What makes the 1918 penny particularly unique in circulated condition is the wear that naturally occurs over a century of use, which often gives each coin a distinctive patina and character, with softer details on Britannia or the King's portrait, making each piece subtly different from another. While pristine examples of the 1918 penny are scarce and highly sought after, circulated coins are more accessible but still carry notable collector interest. Coins showing heavy wear, scratches, or environmental damage are still desirable for those looking to complete a historical collection or for educational purposes in numismatic exhibits. The scarcity of this coin in decent circulated condition is partly due to the fact that many pennies from this era were used heavily and eventually lost or melted down, meaning surviving examples are relatively limited. Collectors appreciate even damaged 1918 pennies because they offer a tangible connection to the early 20th century, particularly a time shaped by world events like World War I. So, what can a 1918 one penny in circulated condition fetch in today's market? The value depends heavily on the level of wear and overall condition. Coins with heavy circulation or damage typically sell in the range of $433,000. However, coins in slightly better circulated condition with clear details on Britannia and King George V's portrait can command higher prices, often ranging from $321,000 at auction. Exceptionally well-preserved pieces, even in circulated condition, may reach beyond $114,000. It's important to note that coins with rare minting errors or unusual variations can significantly exceed these ranges, attracting serious collector interest. If you're considering collecting a 1918 UK penny, here are some tips to keep in mind. First, always examine the coin carefully, noting the clarity of details and the extent of wear. Even circulated coins with minor scratches or discoloration can be valuable if the overall design remains visible. Second, consider provenance. Coins with a known history or those acquired from reputable dealers tend to hold their value better. Third, store your coins properly in a dry, temperature-stable environment, ideally in protective holders to prevent further wear. Finally, compare auction prices regularly to understand current market trends, as values can fluctuate based on collector demand and the rarity of surviving coins. In conclusion, the United Kingdom one penny from 1918 in circulated condition is much more than just a small bronze coin. It's a piece of history that connects us to the era of King George V and the final days of World War I. Despite the wear that comes with circulation, it holds considerable interest for collectors, both for its historical value and its aesthetic charm. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, discovering a 1918 penny can be a rewarding experience, offering a tangible link to Britain's rich monetary past. So, the next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history in your hand. Next up, the United Kingdom one penny from 1937, specifically those in dirty or heavily circulated condition. While a clean, shiny coin might catch the eye at first glance, there is something uniquely intriguing about a coin that has lived through decades of use. Even in poor condition, the 1937 penny offers a tangible connection to British history, and for collectors, it can still carry value in the auction market. So, whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, this coin is worth exploring. The 1937 UK penny was minted during the early reign of King George VI, who became monarch following the abdication crisis of his brother, Edward VIII, in 1936. The penny is part of a long lineage of bronze pennies that had circulated throughout the United Kingdom for centuries, serving as everyday currency. In 1937, Britain was emerging from the economic challenges of the 1930s, and the coin reflects a period of historical transition. Though small in size, this penny carries with it the weight of history, representing the era's artistry, politics, and economic context. The 1937 penny has several features that make it distinctive. On the obverse, it features a portrait of King George VI, youthful yet regal, engraved with fine detail that highlights the sculptor's skill. The reverse depicts the iconic figure of Britannia, seated with a trident in her hand and a shield by her side, symbolizing Britain's maritime strength and resilience. Even when the coin is dirty or heavily worn, these design elements are still identifiable, and they offer collectors insight into the artistry and symbolism used in British coinage of the era. The coin's bronze composition gives it a characteristic reddish-brown color, which can darken with age and circulation, adding to its dirty appearance. You might wonder why a dirty, circulated coin would be of interest to collectors. The answer lies in rarity and historical significance. While many coins were minted in 1937, the passage of time, heavy circulation, and environmental factors have reduced the number of surviving pennies. Dirty or worn examples, though less visually appealing, are still collectible because they provide evidence of actual historical use. Some collectors seek these coins specifically to complete a full-date collection, while others value them as a more affordable entry point into British coin collecting. Even in poor condition, the 1937 penny has a dedicated following among collectors who appreciate its story and historical context. When it comes to market value, a 1937 UK penny in dirty or heavily circulated condition typically ranges from $1 to $5 at auction or online sales. Coins that are only slightly worn and retain some legible detail may fetch $114,000, depending on demand and the auction platform. Prices fluctuate based on factors such as visibility of the design, color of the bronze, and overall preservation despite dirt or corrosion. While these numbers may seem modest, they highlight that even heavily circulated coins can hold collectible and historical value, and in some cases, rare variations or errors from the same year can command significantly higher prices. For those interested in collecting a 1937 penny, especially in dirty condition, there are a few important tips. First, handle coins with care, using gloves or holding them by the edges to avoid further damage. Second, avoid harsh cleaning, as scrubbing or polishing can reduce the coin's value significantly. Third, research the coin's provenance. Buying from reputable dealers or auction houses ensures authenticity and can affect long-term value. Finally, consider the coin as part of a broader collection. Collectors often find more satisfaction in owning multiple dates or conditions to see the evolution of coin design and circulation over time. In conclusion, the 1937 United Kingdom 1 penny, even in dirty or heavily circulated condition, is more than just spare change. It is a tangible piece of history. Its design, age, and surviving numbers make it a noteworthy coin for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Whether you are interested in its historical significance, its aesthetic features, or its modest but meaningful auction value, this penny represents a link to Britain's past. So, the next time you come across an old, worn penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history in your hands. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin collecting insights. Until next time, happy collecting!